And we live in Portland, Oregon, both of us, so that's where we're from now. And we come here, what, 2 nights ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 nights ago we drove from Albuquerque.
Oh, that's a drive, right?
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
a windy drive.
All right, perfect. So we'll just have a regular conversation. You guys will look at me rather than the
Okay.
camera. I know it's a little bit, hesitating and everything. And if I could get you get
Okay,
so sorry
okay.
about that, Fred. All right, so first off, I know you guys were fairly young at the time,
Mhm.
during the bill and
Yeah.
everything, and just going to the Baca camp. I don't know if is that what the camp that you ended up at?
Yeah.
So what was the experience? I know you may not know, but is there anything that kind of stands out to you, or things that you remember?
When we first went, the barracks they were full of bed bugs. And then when we were in the bed bug, my dad says, "Oh, we'll get 10 cans of kerosene and put it on the foot of the cots." Well, the smart bugs, they crawl on the wall and go up to the ceiling, and they drop down onto our beds. They got it anyway.
Yeah.
So we got it anyway, but he thought he was smarter than the bugs, but the bugs were smarter. He was. But we survived.
Eventually we got rid of them.
Yeah.
So,
They fumigated the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking to the Forest Service, they said they don't know how we lived up there because they said there's a lot of snow, but I don't remember any snow up there.
It was cold. It was cold, but we used to run around, look for arrowheads. We had more fun, I think. And there used to be wild boars, running around, and we used to chase them, or they chase us. We had fun.
That was fun, and we found a lot of arrowheads up there.
Yeah.
And
then there was, not too far away, there was a German prison camp.
yeah.
We used to go by, and then they'd be looking out, and we kind of scared, so we don't.
So really, you guys just remember it was kind of like home since you were so young at the time. You didn't really know anything.
We
else.
didn't think anything. We thought it was fun.
Yeah, we were so young, we didn't know any better. This different experience, out in the forest and having a lot of fun. So.
And what do you remember your parents saying or thinking? Was their attitude a little bit different to it?
Well, my mom didn't say anything. She was kept busy, and my dad, we hardly saw him anyway.
Yeah.
But, we had fun. We thought we had lots of fun anyway.
Yeah. Well, Dad was busy helping around, and he does a lot of handiwork for the camp too. I think when he was there, and he's pretty skilled labor, so he did a lot of things around the camp too.
So what exactly did he do? Was he like a worker for the camp, or was he a good handyman?
He's a good handyman. Yeah, he did a lot of little stuff, that needed fixing, this and that. He was pretty good at it. So.
Like when we went to Arizona, one of those relocation centers, it used to get so hot. Well, he built an air conditioner by himself. He bought those screens, chicken wires, and he put those little shaved wooding things, and he would put it between those two wires and make a box and put a pipe on top with holes. And he made air conditioning, and they would moisten those little wood shreds, and then put a motor on it, refrigerator motor, and put a fan on it. And it used to keep our place cool.
Oh, when you lived in the camp?
And because it was terrible hot, in Arizona, man.
Well, this is when we left this
got
place
moved
here.
away again,
So first you were at the Baca camp, probably less than a year, and then you were moved to.
They moved us to they told us we have to go to different camps. So my uncle was in Poston, so we picked Poston. And other people went to Gila or wherever, and Utah, Topaz. So we got separated, but it was okay.
And that's pretty tough, but your family stayed together, right? Your parents and your
Oh, yeah.
family. And then it's just you two are the siblings within your family, or do you have other siblings?
We had 13 kids in our family.
Yeah, so my mother, I don't know how she did it, but I was older, so I was kind of, we had to look after everybody.
Well, she was the oldest here,
Yeah.
but at the
In
time
Japan,
I had 2 brothers and a sister visiting grandma at that time, and the war started. They never did make it back to the United States again. But they're U.S. citizens. They were born in Clovis also. First time I met them was the folks' 50th anniversary. We brought them all over to the United States, and except one. We can't find the other one. We still don't know where he's at.
They said he's in he went to the Philippines and they never found him. So he's probably gone. you know.
Yeah.
So
that's tough. So it basically split your family up.
Yeah,
went
they
to
did.
go-
The three of them, I kind of felt sorry. When I went in the service, I wanted to go to. Well, I didn't want to go Korea, but I kind of wanted to go there because I wanted to go kind of help them out a little bit, you know. They had a hard time right after the war too. So my sister, he lost her husband in the war too,
Yeah.
and she was single ever since that. You know, she had what, 2 kids.
Mhm.
So
That's pretty tough. Do you remember? So how many siblings were with you at the time when they moved you to the camp? What was it like when they moved you?
Well,
You only could bring so much,
that's
correct?
Well, at that time, the last one was born there. My mom had to stay back, and my sister next to her stayed with her
'cause she didn't
while
speak
she
in
had the
English.
baby. So you know, then they come in later on, but the rest of us were together all the time.
Yeah.
So what did your dad do prior? So it looks like your parents moved from Japan. You know, they're the
Mhm.
first generation here. What was your dad working as here in Clovis before
Well-
camps?
Well, actually, I guess the way I understand it is he settled in Arizona first, and there must have been quite a few of those skilled labor there, and the Santa Fe Railroad kind of took him away from Arizona and brought him to New Mexico, so they didn't have enough skilled machinists here.
And then I guess during the war, isn't that the time because Dad and them got to come to New Mexico, and then the Arizona people, there's a bunch of people who were going to come and kill us all, you know. That's why the immigration officers came one night and said, "You got to leave right now." We says, "We didn't know what was going on," and he said, my mother was in the hospital, so I had to pack all the kids' clothes and put in the car trunk, and then they took us in the mountains, and that's where we went. You know.
Yeah, they didn't give us too much
So-
notice, so. She and I was the oldest, so we had
So
to
we had to
all
do
the packing.
everything.
So what was your mom in the hospital? Did she have a baby at that
Oh,
time?
yeah, she had the baby,
Yeah,
so my
yeah.
other sister next to me had to stay with her because she didn't speak any English. So they took her, and they let her stay there watching her. But
Yeah.
I had to pack and went up to the mountains.
And that's pretty stressful for, you know, young
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
You basically had to be adults at the time.
Yeah.
And how long was that trip? Do you remember? It was a pretty tedious trip.
Well,
right?
you
It
know,
was-
it just took us a while because we were done that. To me, I was in the truck, one of these army trucks. And then it took a long time to drive up there.
Oh yeah, it's a nice place. So once you go there, I thought it was fun, you know,
Yeah.
because you could find arrowheads, and we thought, wow, you know, and those cactus, different kind of cactus, and I was having a great time.
And do you remember the feeling, what it was like when, you know, the camps were no more after the war? It was kind of like you were leaving home, essentially, right? What
Yeah.
was that like?
Yeah.
Well, kind of sad that they, you know, but then when we went back, it was real good. Made you
There's
feel real
nothing there
good.
anymore, yeah. But after that, we was there in Arizona for 2 years. So then after that, we were free. So
And then I got married, and we went this way, and everybody went every which way. So we all live in most of us live in Portland now.
Well,
So
it didn't affect us kid too much,
Too
you
much,
know.
'cause-
But I still don't know how my mom and dad made it through. You know, just right after Depression with that many kids and no job, you know. So I just don't know how they ever survived. I can't figure that out yet. But I know from after we get out of camp, I think I was.
well, my dad was kind of clever because he
Yeah, you told that already.
you know, and I didn't tell her, but you know, he started remember those old refrigerators, those wooden ones? We put ice in there. Well, he put pipes inside and with holes in it, and he hooked it up to the water, and he made bean sprouts.
Yeah.
He knew how to make bean sprouts, so he just made his own idea and made a bean sprout. So everybody was coming to buy those bean sprouts, you know, and he was selling that.
Oh, gosh. So
But it was kind of fun.
Yeah, even when we get out, she's the first one in Idaho to make tofu. Are you
Oh,
familiar
yeah, I
with
love tofu. I
Do
used to
you?
live in Chinatown
Yeah,
back home in
mhm.
Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and he made these boxes with
yeah.
holes in it, and he
Yeah.
would get those flour sacks and bleach it out, and he would line it and pour this you cook the beans and they grind it up, and you put it in this box that with holes in it with a sack in it, and lined it, and he put a weight on it So all the juice comes out, and then the juice that's there made the tofu.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, he put some kind of there's a,
Yeah.
like not a baking powder, but something like that.
Yeah.
You put it in there, and then it hardens.
Yeah, the waiter was us guys.
And then
we
they
would
do-
stand on the big old planks and press down on the sack to get the juice out of
Yeah,
it.
it was kind of fun.
But he was the first one to make tofu in Idaho.
He was the first one
Yeah.
to make it in
yeah,
Idaho,
yeah.
really?
And then he would, when you have to squeeze all the beans, you grind it up, and then the juice is what makes the tofu,
Yeah.
So they would cook it, and then they put it in this sack, and then he made the grates with the wooden grates, and he would kind of a long 2x8, or I don't know what it was. It's about like it was long, and he has a washboard, and he has this wooden grate, and he put that thing on, and we have to sit on it to squeeze it. He put the board on it,
Yeah.
squeeze the juice out. The juice is what made the tofu.
Yeah.
And we had to be, every time they have to do that, they have to call, Aiko, about 4 of us have to line on the, we have to come running in and sit on the long board to squeeze all the juice out.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
And then, if you don't mind me asking, do you know where your parents were from in Japan? And then, if I could get their
Kumamoto,
names.
Yeah.
Kumamoto.
Kumamoto.
Uh-huh.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, Kumamoto
Canada,
is
which is in southern Japan.
Southern
Yeah.
Japan.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the southern part.
Yeah, southern
Southern
Japan.
part of
That's the
Japan, I
warm side of Japan.
Yeah.
And then, if you don't mind, can I get both of you to say and spell both your mom and dad's first names, and then just one more time the last name?
My dad's name was he went by Tom, but his Japanese name is Tamon, Tomon.
It's Tamon. Tamon,
No,
yeah.
Tamon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody called him Tom in the workplace. So my mother's name was Harue Kimura. So she's from. I don't know what her maiden name was though.
I did
Last
know, but
name.
Can you spell her
I
first
think-
name at least?
Yeah, it's
Harue, Haruye. Harue.
Perfect. And then she took your dad's name, and then I know it's the same name as you, but for our editors to make sure, because we had the interview, the last name one more time.
the last name is Kimura, Kimura.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, it's just for our editors
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure that they know
Mhm,
everything.
mhm.
But is there anything else that you guys really would like to share, or anything that stands out to you? You said you had 3 siblings that stayed in Japan, right? That went back to see your grandparents.
Grandma and Grandpa
and
took
then
them back.
The 10 of you one was with your mom in the hospital during you guys were moved to the
Yeah.
camps, and then the rest of you went to the
yeah,
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you stayed together, though?
Yeah, we
for
stayed
the most
together.
part.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. The whole family stayed right together until after we get out of post in the second relocation center.
Yeah, it was quite an ordeal. We didn't think much, we thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
didn't know
but-
any better in those days. So.
Yeah.
Our kids, we didn't know any better at that age, but
Well,
Kids are so
everybody,
innocent.
everybody asks us about prejudice stuff, but when you're a kid, you don't know what's going on. Because she might have, but I never did get into any
Yeah.
prejudice stuff.
and this lady that's here, this one girlfriend and I used to chum around, and her mother said she can't play with me because I'm the Japanese, because her son was in the war, So she didn't want her to play with me, but we stuck together and played anyway,
Oh.
so. And then I met her sister, I think it was her sister, but her mother didn't approve of us playing together, but I met her sister the other day, yesterday. Yeah, she come to,
Yeah, she come from Las
yeah,
Vegas.
she came and held my hand, we both held each other's hand.
Well, the reason
Yeah.
she remembered was because she gave her a Japanese doll. My dad had a gift shop from Japan.
It was-
He used to import some of that stuff from Japan, and she
Japanese
gave her
doll.
friend a doll, and she kept it all her life
Yeah,
until she died, right?
yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Quite
yeah.
a story. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys, it was everyone's life. You impacted each
Mhm.
other.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
And then we got together to know her sister and everything, and met in Las Vegas and this and that. It was kind of fun.
So
Yeah.
is this the first time you guys have visited Clovis since everything? Or
Oh, we
is
were
it-
there, yes. We
What's that?
visited Clovis. We went Clovis down, the town, you mean?
Yeah, like when was the last time you visited
Oh,
Clovis?
2 years ago.
2 years
yeah,
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the mayor called us in, and
And apologize.
Yeah, apologize. Give us the keys to the city.
And was that the last time you were
That's
here?
the last time I was here. Yeah. It's a long ways.
And you never visited after that, right? That was
No.
the first time.
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
this
First
trip?
time,
Oh, wow.
first time I've been here since I was born.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
So this is the second time here after,
Well, you've been.
Yeah,
you've been here
I've been
before.
here
You've been
bef-
here 3 or 4 times. I
because
think.
other people travel and I just jump in their car and go with them.
might as well, right? But I think I have enough. But is there anything else you guys want to share, or anything about your story, anything else that really stands out?
Not really.
I
That's
know.
about it, because we were so busy
Kind of,
doing our own
so-
thing.
Yeah, too young to remember all.
Yeah.
all that.
Little kids are really too innocent.
I just
They're-
remember Mr. St. Clair. I don't know, but he used to be my teacher. The kids kept picking on me, so he'd go out and be right with me on recess. Every time we go out for recess, he'd be out there with me, guarding me. But I don't know whatever happened to him. I sure like to see him, but he's probably gone now.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
I wonder, but if you guys would you like my card? If you want the footage or anything,
Yeah.
would you want it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I can do that, and I
Okay.
appreciate your